Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Danganronpa Part 45. In the previous video, we started to investigate the death in the garden. We have pretty good evidence that leads us to believe that the body is actually Mukuro and not Kyoko. Our biggest piece of evidence is the tattoo, which is a wolf. It's a wolfy, and apparently Mukuro was part of an organization known as Fenrir, which is a big Nordic wolf god thing. So that would make sense. And now we're with Byakuya looking for files on Fenrir. Byakuya seems to know the archive like the back of his hands and went straight to the shelf in the back. And we're also pretty much about to probably start the class trial, which will be fun, hopefully. Hopefully we'll actually know what we're doing for once. Here we go. He quickly returned to the file in hand. Oh, alright, ignore Byakuya, operation number 1. Just to let him know that we don't think he's worth our time. Nope. I'm gonna look at this lamp. I'd rather talk to the lamp. Alright, fine.
I see.
Take a look at this. Oh, okay, they're even gonna give you the logo, so... I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How'd you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, unless they actually live in France, then I would assume most high schoolers there know French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the mini-state secrets they'd acquired. However, some believe there was a mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded, so this Mukuro chick probably killed them all?
What?
What is it? That just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. It's our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. The battlefields aren't much different from our lives here, an unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. They don't get fucking hard in our presence. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, do anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? Or the logo? Dummy? The logo? That's right, it said Fenrir is the Wolf of the Ragnarok, or Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? So that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. I mean, unless Kyoko is also somehow a member, which, I mean, I guess is technically possible. We can't 100% rule out that possibility because we don't know anything about her. It would explain why she's so familiar with dead bodies and why she's not fazed by seeing that stuff. What? You got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean Mukuro Ikasaba's profile has been updated? Ding dong bing bong. Okay, class trial time. We probably should just go ahead and done this in the last video, or
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that.
did Monokuma become a philosopher after he got rebooted?
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial!
Yeah, we could have. Well, I can't remember. How long was the last video? This is a new recording session.
So,
Since
please meet up in the usual spot.
I knew I probably didn't have enough time to finish the class trial yesterday, so I just kind of stopped right before it.
See you later!
But I think the last video was kind of long, so I guess that's why we didn't tack on this. And the time has come. All we can do now is try and uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Alrighty. Well, we should still save before we go in there. Oh, we do have one medal. Should we run over? Turn that in? Probably not going to be doing that. Oh, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? We've been palling around like best bros do. You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you two guys to just go off together? Just the two of you?
Huh?
What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and embrace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second? He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen, and then 5 minutes became 10?
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma showed up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? I mean, can we take some initiative? Maybe we're supposed to just go down by ourselves at this point. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... or what? Ah, Jesus! Oh, did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Did you waste my time and make me wait like that? Or why did you waste my time? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words...
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? Oh, Kyoko.
Huh?
What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the ones making us all wait, right? If we agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. We heard that voice. We all spun around to look.
Hey.
Okay, well, apparently the mystery's not going to be whether the dead body is Kyoko or not, because, well, so that has to confirm it's Mukuro. Unless it's another unnamed person, or someone else we don't know about. I'm here and no rule's been broken. Kyoko? Kyoko, you're still alive? That's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But it's okay if there's no particular penalty for being late.
Is that right?
I'm headed here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be one step ahead of you. Now, the fact that he didn't make that a because a lot of times anytime a problem has come up, he's been quick to make a new regulation. So I guess maybe that really does mean that Mukuro is the one who makes those, and she's dead. Because you would kind of think he'd be like, oh, we're gonna add a regulation real quick. You have to be there within 10 minutes of the announcement or something. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Yeah, what's up, girl? So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? Right now we gotta deal with a ghost! I told you to stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the class trial. No, the problem is that if Kyoko's alive, then someone killed Mukuro, and it was probably her? Unless Makoto really did stab her in his dream or something? I don't know. Because, I mean, we're the only two, like, potential people who could have done it, I think. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me! Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Yeah, what's up? Got an explanation for this? Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. It's been like a long time, lady. Then when did you find out?
So...
Just now, I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. Didn't you just say you didn't hear his announcement? Or you did, I guess you didn't hear the body announcement is what you meant. Took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to the trial completely uninformed, can I? Okay, so at least we'll still have some Kyoko backup.
However,
Sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's where the key you found goes to? Where are the second floor of the dorms?
wrong.
I don't know where that is. Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words,
Use Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? You have a secret tool?
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would you say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Alrighty. And the doors slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusty darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. The illuminating light of dope. It was the blinding light of despair. Oh god, that's gaudy as fuck.
I can't wait!
I hate it. I've been waiting forever. It feels like it's forever since we got together like this. It hasn't even been that long. Time for pointless jokes and jabs is past.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time to get on with the show. And wasn't the class trial just like part 39 or something? And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. Deadly Judge. We know, Makoto. You don't have to say it every fucking time. Alright, do we have new skills? We have extraordinary focus. I think we've already had that. Dude, there's so many. Yeah, there's just that. Well, but yeah, because I think we couldn't we didn't have enough skill points to equip it previously. Yeah, alright. I don't remember what any of our skills do.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class. If
We know.
Okay.
Well,
We've done it a few
let's
times.
discuss the specifics of the victim.
Okay.
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
I mean, it wouldn't be that crazy. I mean, we've seen some crazy shit.
But she has legs and stuff.
Are you saying ghosts can't have legs, you ghostist?
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Oh, shit.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Well, I agree with Byakuya for once.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait, gloves? Face? I mean, I guess gloves.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of
If
it.
she plays hardball and won't remove the gloves, they're gonna be so mad.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
Maybe.
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
That's not a bad hypothesis.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
And we couldn't have killed Hiro? Like, can we at least, like, bar him from the class trial so he doesn't throw us off? There's no way the corpse is Kyoko. But are we really fucking debating whether it's a ghost? I don't have any choice but to... Oh god, Spinny Spin Fun Time is here. Fragment, sprinklers, body analysis, fake nails, tattoo. I'm gonna assume it's tattoo. Oh yeah, I use the mouse for this,
Kyoko
right?
there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
And we got tattoo.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
Okay.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Okay.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Must have been
'Cause
wearing
that corpse
gloves.
is absolutely Kyoko.
Must have been
This
wearing
entire
gloves.
discussion is idiotic.
Well, what does it say for exploded body analysis?
That
Okay. Been burned up beyond recognition. Oh yeah, only the upper half is on fire. Well, the upper half is on fire. Well, maybe that? What are our other clues? Fake nails? What does it say for fake nails? That's it? Okay.
Impossible.
okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a
Okay,
ghost.
let's try exploded body
The dead body
analysis.
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently.
Shoot!
Is it really just the tattoo?
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove
The dead body wasn't wearing.
They got burnt up in the
Wasn't
explosion.
wearing
She was
gloves.
wearing-
Well, yeah, she must, because that corpse is
Okay.
absolutely
We have missed again. It is very idiotic.
that Kyoko.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove
The dead body was.
they got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves before.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Am I dumb? I mean, obvious. Oh my god, it's another one of those where I'm like, I know
That Kyoko there is just
Bacon.
a ghost.
sprinklers,
Impossible.
fragments near the dead body. What does that say? Seems familiar. The bomb had disappeared. I mean, none of these really tell us what we're looking for, I don't think. Sprinklers. Would have been wet. Well, her hand.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have, because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
Oh, can we do the? I forgot about the what you call it, where you hold the thing.
Kyoko there is.
I'm a little worried about my
Okay, then
mouse.
Prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing
Where
gloves.
you
They
do
got
this.
burnt up in the explosion.
Okay.
Then
Well,
she was wearing.
Well,
I think
yeah,
maybe
'cause
that.
corpse is
This entire discussion is.
I mean, that doesn't really make any sense because you're just saying, well, she wasn't wearing gloves because she wasn't wearing gloves.
Okay, then prove
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing.
Well, yeah, she must
Oh,
have been
God.
wearing, because that corpse.
Oh my
is
god,
absolutely-
this is so annoying.
Idiotic.
I hate this fucking. I hate these sections so much.
Okay, then prove
The dead body wasn't.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
I don't know what you want from me, game. If I'm being honest, I have absolutely no clue. Like, we've tried everything. We tried fake nails. Yeah, we tried fake nails. We tried that. We tried
Okay,
tattoo.
then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The
Wait,
dead
did we try
body
fake?
wasn't wearing gloves.
they got burnt
I don't remember.
up.
Did we
Then
try
she was
fake
wearing-
nails?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing.
Okay, I don't know how that disproves it, but... Oh, because the nails are so long, you wouldn't be able to wear them with
There's
gloves.
no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's my bad.
Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember?
And they're too long. Well, I mean, technically that's not true. I mean, you could just have extra long gloves, but...
I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Can we just execute Hiro?
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life.
Why doesn't she just take the gloves off?
If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Yes.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Dude, I'm so tired of Hiro's bullshit. Alright. Definitely not a good start. I'm already pre-tilted. Fragments, sprinklers. Okay, so we got basically the same stuff.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't
Tattoo?
think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
Scorched beyond
And there wasn't any
recognition.
description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
No,
Get blasted?
that's wrong.
We'll never know what she was going to say.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Will we?
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Hopefully it'll be you.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was
Like, we're surrounded by idiots and assholes.
is the tattoo
And
on
Kyoko,
the
she's-
back of her hand.
Kyoko's okay for now, but I definitely, like, I'm pretty suspicious of her.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
It's a doggy.
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Can we kill... I'm starting to get on Hina. I forgive Hina for trying to kill us all now. Because we all deserve to
Seriously?
die.
They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Okay. It's the Fenrir thing. Now, which one is that? Is it the profile? Does it mention the tattoo in here? Yeah.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is he's a big old wolf. Okay. Oh, we gotta do this thingy again. So wolf. W. Come back. Come back. There's 4 letters. Seems a little aggressive. Or a little, like, unnecessary.
Now I understand.
Like, was anyone really not gonna figure out that it was fucking wolf?
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
Oh yeah, she is supposed to have written books, right?
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Okay.
hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
I don't know.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
You can't tell us that.
What? Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Well, the fact that she's in the game to begin with would imply she's not the mastermind.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
Yeah?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Or she's the ultimate despair.
Then who was she? who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
She's got a point.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
It's kind of odd to see Monokuma, like, interjecting like this. Normally he, like, never says anything.
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Okay.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record.
Kyoko's a ghost?
The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place.
I mean, the only one I feel like who could have done it is Kyoko.
Hammer that point straight
And I really-
into your big ol' brains.
I would rather not execute Kyoko right now,
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
even though, I don't know, I'm still pretty sus of her.
Then
I mean, I've always
one
been
of us
sus of her,
killed
but
Mukuro?
it's been hard to, like, be too suspicious because she's been very helpful, but I think we do have to understand that we're this far in and we still know nothing about her, so I don't know.
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Yeah. There can only be two suspects, Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it!
But we didn't do
Narrowed
it,
down to
because we wouldn't do it.
Kyoko
That's our
and me,
defense.
right?
Your Honor, I didn't murder that dude because I wouldn't murder someone.
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm.
Now, to be fair, Togami, we don't really... Like, we're just going off your word, and you're not necessarily the most trustworthy person.
That at that point, there was no dead body there.
Like, we're just... I don't really take Togami at his word.
So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
Like, you could just be lying. So really, the only two suspects is Kyoko and Byakuya.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis.
And then I guess there is technically the possibility that Makoto stabbed her somehow
Are me
when
and
he was in
Makoto.
his dream state.
That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
The only suspects now... And granted, I mean... Well, no, because there's the tarp, right? I was gonna say that it probably could... Because it couldn't have been Togami. Because the murder would have had to taken after 7:30, but he could have put a tarp down to protect it? But then would he have had time to remove the tarp? I really don't know.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Yeah, we were having like a fever dream.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place.
Yeah.
Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Because the tarp was wet, they said.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at...
Unless the body was moved from somewhere else, that could have also been it. But the tarp didn't have any blood on it, did it?
Well, it was after...
What did it say? I know it said it was wet and had dirt on it. One side was wet and filthy with mud and grime. The other side... But I mean, if it was just to block the sprinkler, it wouldn't have grime on it, would it? It would just be wet.
So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
Just after
The
9.
one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
Okay, at 9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
It was just before 9, so it's 9 on the dot now.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around...
Like 7 or 8?
Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Oh, we were getting some 40 winks. Murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to 7:30. Looks like the game has begun. Can't provide an alibi for that period. If I can't provide it, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. I guess. But we have the sprinkler thing. Sprinklers? Probably something to do with the sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place
Get that shit
somewhere
outta here.
between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections,
Okay, so
now
maybe
would be the time.
7:30 sprinklers, maybe? Yeah.
We've established a time. It took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep. And
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
Don't miss. Wait, what? That doesn't count?
Shoot!
Excuse me? What else were we supposed to put there?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Near the dead body. Oh, because of the bomb, maybe? Because we know this is part of the bomb, and we didn't know about the bomb because it was still in the gym. Yeah, okay.
Yep. And Makoto doesn't have
have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
What?
Shoot!
Maybe it's sprinklers 10?
We've established a time frame for the murder.
It took place somewhere between
And 9 o'clock
Oh
in the
my
morning.
God.
Yep. And Makoto.
Yeah, from to 7:30.
That's more than enough time. So Makoto, if you have any objections,
I just
now
feel like it
would
should
be
be
the time.
7:30 because that's when the sprinklers turn on.
We've established
A time frame.
it took place somewhere between 10.
Okay.
No!
I mean, I had the right idea, but it was like, obviously you put it on the 10. It's because, I mean, the argument was going to be that it had to have happened
Actually,
after
the murder
7:30.
couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
Yeah, like that's what I was going for, but
And what makes you say that?
I guess like my line of reasoning was to go for 7:30 because say 7:30 is when the sprinklers come on. The murder had to have happened after 7:30.
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
How?
Wrong.
Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet?
What?
How dare you spew such indecent words?
Fucking excuse me? What did you just say?
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
Oh yeah, the bucket.
What do you mean?
Mouth down south. I've never heard that phrase before. That's an interesting one.
By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
God, I wish we could.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
The bucket? The bucket? Because we poured water on him? The moment of truth? Oh god, we gotta do this how does this work again?
I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything.
What are you saying, girly?
Hold on.
Quit
Are
making
you
noise.
Trying to blame me?
Oh god, we got no bullets, dude.
I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me?
I thought we won for a second there.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything.
Oh god, the tempo's all. Oh god, what are we? The body analysis. The body analysis. Blaster.
This should prove it. Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry?
What?
What a brutal maniac!
Can Byakuya tell her to shut up again?
I'm so sick of her.
Oh, I know.
Let's just move on.
Like, we got Toko, who's completely lost her fucking mind. She was never that stable to begin with, but Jesus, she's insane now. Hiro is even more insane as well. You got Togami, who's a fucking asshole. You got Hina, who tried to kill us all. And then you got Kyoko, who won't tell us anything about her because she's Omega Sus.
The reason only the top half was wet was because... while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
We still don't have a tart plays into this.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Hell yeah.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Well, that's because she killed him. Killed her, probably. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone, that's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
Yeah, I did it! And I'd do it again!
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Well, yeah, because... well...
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, if you're not the killer and we vote for you, we'll all die. So, I feel like you just admitted you're the killer? Because you just stated something stupid, like, super obvious.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
Yeah, but, like, why would you say it like that? Because it should just be, like, implied that... because... if we convict the wrong person, we all die anyway, so...
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me?
Like, is there no killer? Is that the answer? Last time it was the killer was the one who died, and now it's actually none of us?
Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko?
Well, couldn't we say the same for you? I don't know. I feel like Togami's actually the most sus.
But you made one catastrophic
Have I said that for
mistake.
literally every
Mukuro
trial?
wasn't
Yes.
the mastermind
I'm
at
totally
all.
right this time.
And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Excuse me?
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
Don't poke holes in us.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Don't go into the tool shed. You're not allowed there.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
We don't have such technology. Certain something. It could have been the fake nails. Oh, yo, I forgot about the chicken. Whatever happened to the chicken, dude?
You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
That thing that I tried not to mention.
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
But, like, why would it be covered in dirt?
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Because, I mean, if you just have sprinklers, it shouldn't be dirty.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Well, because of the reasons we just stated.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Does she actually fucking suspect us? Because if so, I'm gonna be... Oh! Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But, like, the body?
Wait. Something's not right.
Like, shouldn't there be blood on it?
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. I mean, I would assume there would be blood on it, right? Knife at crime scene, body before explosion. So let's look at
Like,
knife and body. When the body was found. Okay, knife at the crime scene. It's also the same knife that Toko had given to Makoto for safekeeping, and the knife the masked assailant was holding when they attacked Makoto. There were blood stains. The body had stopped bleeding, but the blood was still wet. It was noted, however, that there was no blood on the ground around the body. So it's probably body before explosion.
the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Protected from the water.
Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Ah, you fool!
No, that's wrong.
You idiot! You have fallen into my logical trap!
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
But then it wouldn't be dry.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
What? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
Okay, well, I was gonna say, like, oh yeah, just go to the the freaking blood bucket, but there actually is the nurse's office which has blood, so that isn't theoretically insane, but seems a little far-fetched.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time.
Okay, then you're just crazy.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Oh, the chicken! Okay, the chicken. Well, that explains that.
I got it! Could
Potentially.
it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens.
Oh, and then throw the chicken body to the plant, so that's why the plant is important.
But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Well, I think the bigger problem is that this person murdered someone.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around.
But granted, maybe Mukuro deserved to be murdered.
Anyway, there's
Well,
no denying that
you know
a
what I
chicken
mean.
went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
Yeah?
But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I don't know.
I think so. Wait,
Oh, we're at
no.
47 minutes.
the head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Let's stop. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.